Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is a brief presentation on the usage of timber for the house of Datuk Alang Mat Latif. This is an assignment for the subject of building construction and materials. The list of content is as follows. Starting with the group members, followed by introduction or background, the main structural components, floor, wall, roof, and ornaments. The first member is Asa binti Muhammad Amim, which happens to be me, followed by Nur Afika Batisha binti Ros Hicham, which is the second presenter, and finally Nur Afrina Nazifa binti Muhammad Razif, the final presenter. Dato Alang Mat Latif was a warrior rebel that stood against the English colonials. Due to him being a fugitive, he fled to Kampung Banda Tua, Kampung Gajah Perak, to seek refuge. The place was notorious for being the hiding spot for fugitives of the colonials. There, he sought knowledge and became a religious scholar. He then married a local girl and gradually built a house right in Kampung Banda Tua. The first part of the house that was built was the Rumah Dapur, also known as kitchen, which completed somewhere around the 1900s. The later followed by Rumah Ibu, which is the main house, and gradually the remaining parts of the house was added, such as Rambi and Anjong and Penanga. The Penanga, however, was dismantled and sold due to the need of money during that time. According to the annotated picture, first one is Serambi and Anjung. It is a place of entertainment for male members of the family and guests. The young male and bachelor members would use Anjung area as a place to sleep. The second place is Rumah Ibu, consists of private room for daughters of marriageable age and also for when they get married, all the way until they move out into another house. There is partially screened rooms used by Dato Alang and his wife when his daughters got married. One part of the Rumah Ibu comprised of floorboards, made to be the place for sick or weak people due to the old age. The floor is constructed such that the invalid could ease himself or herself without leaving the sleeping place. It is also sometimes functions as a place to perform the ritual of bathing the dead bodies. For the main structural components, the main material used for the foundation of the house is made of chengal wood. This goes the same for the column, beam, and joists of the house.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Norfika Batrisha and I will explain about the wall and floor of House of Ratu Alam Latif. Okay, moving on to, this is the elevation of House of Ratu Alam Latif. As you know, most of Malay houses, Malay traditional houses, they are built on steel, which is to prevent from flood wild animals and insects. And also it has different floor level, which is to distinguish the space between public area and semi-private area. As you know, the public area is the kitchen, which we call in Malay as rumah dapur, whereas the semi-private area, we call it as rumah ibu, which is the living room of the house. Okay. Next is timber floor finishes, which is used for which is the floor finishes for rumah ibu, the living room. So the type of hardwood used is cenggal for a structural frame and floor system. Next is rumah dapur. Rumah dapur is the kitchen of the house. So the type of floor finishes used is bamboo floor. The bamboo is more resistant to water than timber. Let's say the house is flooding during the rainy season. At least the bamboo did not absorb more water than timber. It is also conventionally found around Southeast Asia. Also, it is it has a great fire resistance against fire. Okay. And last but not least, it is economically viable during that period, since the bamboo is very easy to find around the area. Moving on to wall of house of Datuk Alamat Latif. This is the rumah ibu, which is the living room of the house. As you can see, the wall has a combination of timber panels and diagonal timber siding, and it gives the beauty and aesthetic of the house. Also, the way of the timber siding is arranged is actually to strengthen the bond, the structure of the house. Next is rumah dapur. The wall of rumah dapur, they use anyaman buluh, or in English they call it as woven bamboo. As I said previously, bamboo has great fire resistancy, and also it did not absorb more water. That's why they use the woven bamboo or anyaman buluh as the wall of the house, rumah dapur. That's all from me. Thank you, and I will pass to next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Afrina Nazifa, metric number 2017362. So I will be explaining about the roof and the ornaments. So for the roof, they use palm fronts or atap nipah for rumah dapur and some parts of rumah ibu, and some more parts of rumah ibu they use modern galvanized metal deck. So for the palm fronts or atap nipah, some of the pros of using this type of atap is it can last up to 10 years because it is durable and it will provide a good natural ventilation. So how they install this atap nipah, they use the nipah leaf and then they arrange it in a line using a pole, and then they just arrange on top of the roof structure. Next, for the modern galvanized metal deck at rumah ibu. So metal deck is actually a corrugated metal sheeting that's used structural roof deck. So the pros of using this is it has a high strength to weight ratio, which decrease erection and material handling costs. So it is inexpensive and it is easy to install. Next, for the ornaments, the Malay community decorates the house with suitable ornaments as decoration to add aesthetic value to the home environment. So each decoration has a purpose and requirement of certain belief, or as a symbol that give creative ideas on something new. So usually they will use a wood carving as the ornament. So there are many ways or techniques that been used for this wood carving, and the one that can be seen for this house ornament is tebus and also tebuk separuh. So for technique tebuk terus, it is usually for ventilation and light, which you can see on the carving detail on a window. It is usually have holes or void patterns to allow ventilation and also light to get through it. Next, the technique for the wall carving or door carving, they usually use the tebuk separuh, which it is not entirely have holes, because it is to show the beauty of the wood surface. So it is only to show the shape or the patterns of the wood carving. So it usually can be found as a decoration at the main door. And that is all from us. Thank you.